Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, then welcome. Welcome all. This is a shifting video. You can probably hear TV in the background. It's not mine. Gosh, I wonder how loud that sounds. Let me just pause this for a minute. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, so I just basically closed the door in there so you can hear the TV. I am exhausted. I haven't slept in like maybe 2 days. Sleep is just not coming to me, so I decided I might just shift again. Maybe tomorrow night or tonight or something. But I'm sorry guys about the video I did earlier. I wanted to apologize for that first. I accidentally hit the mute button when I was recording, so it muted it. So even though I had the video pre-recorded and everything and I went back, there was no way to like restore it or salvage it, so I ended up having to delete that video. So I'm so sorry guys if you were watching that video and there was no sound. You didn't have to watch the video through. Honestly, I wouldn't look at it because I couldn't know what I was saying, but a lot has happened. I don't even remember how long that video was. I think it was like 30 minutes or something like that. Oh my gosh, my head freaking hurts. Ugh. It's going to be a long day. I'm not looking forward to the day. So I'm going to tell you guys about the craziness that happened when I went back to My Hero. Also, if you guys saw my post earlier, I posted in, I think, community, and I talked about Look It. Well, I mean, what time is it per se? So in about 30 minutes, this video might be like 40 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes, I don't know. But right now it's 6:21 a.m. So I am going to Look It up with my code and I'll share it with you guys. That way you guys can go on there and participate in the, do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Probably not. If you haven't seen the post, you probably don't know. But I'm just going to look at this and tell you guys, okay? So it is, hold up. I'm just going to go find it, okay? Go to my channel. If you guys don't know what Look It is, so Look It is basically this website. It's like a learning website for like kids, or not even just kids, just everyone can go on it. But most of the time it's used for like kids. So for me, I thought it would be a fun way for us to like interact with each other is to go to, I have a trivia challenge. It's basically called Rainbow Road. Yes, I'm gonna tell you guys what happened, and you guys tell me what you think about what I should do, because things seem to get getting crazier and crazier. Okay, so first I'm gonna talk to you guys about the Rainbow Road challenge that I had with the kids. So I went back to My Hero. Immediately I went to the school. I was surprised because I wanted to do the Rainbow Road challenge. Remember how I was saying I was gonna like decorate or whatever? I just haven't had time to do it, guys. I still don't have furniture. I have some furniture, like I have the important stuff, like table. I have like refrigerator and stuff, but I don't have my other stuff. So anyway, in my mind, I'm thinking, I forgot how differently time works there. But also, I thought it was going to take them maybe a few days to build Rainbow Road, because they literally built something that looked like Rainbow Road. Okay, they even had the space thing going on where it looked like out of space, but the room was basically painted. So all the kids, they kind of chipped in, they painted, and Cementos built the room like overnight, which I had no idea that was going to happen. So I waited before going back there, because you guys remember when I said, oh, I'm going to go back there. Well, I went back there, but then I didn't go back to the school because I figured it wouldn't be ready yet. So we had wings, fries, soda, pizza. I was on Ida's team, of course, because I thought, Ida's the fastest. He's got that quirk where he has like the jet thingies in his legs. So I figured we'd probably win if anything happens to the car. So we rode against Kiroshima and Kaminari. And so the way the car was, okay, so we basically made it look like a Mario Kart car, and it was a four-seater instead of it being one person driving. It was all of us, but one person was in control. So and you guys know there's no. I shouldn't give you that because that's in the trivia that you guys might, if you decide to join. Okay. Anyway, I'll tell you more about it after I explain everything that happened. Okay, so don't worry. I'll go back to the challenge, and the challenge will be going on all day. I'll make sure to host it the whole day so you can, you'll get a chance to play if you haven't and that sort of thing, and I can keep track of who's winning and who isn't and stuff. Yay! So we had, so I was in Ida's car. It was me, Ida, Momo, and oh, we raced against Araka. Araka was in there with them. So I think Araka was the driver. Wait, wasn't she driving? Yeah, she was driving because she did like the thing to me as she was getting ready to take off. And so, um, me, Ida, and Kirishima and Kaminari, we almost fell off because there's no. I'm just gonna tell you that, okay. There's no rails on the Rainbow Road, if you know. Okay, I think that's a question in your trivia. So there are no rails. All right. You will go flying off. And so the way the Rainbow Road is kind of like, it's kind of looped. So it's kind of like this. So when we first went over, we went like this. And I'm telling you guys, if you have like epilepsy or a problem with like a flashing light, it wouldn't be good because each time we drove over like a small piece of it, it was like flashing. And I don't even know how Ida was able to see through all that, but he was able to just drive through it. So like we were racing, and so our team didn't win. We didn't win that one, but the second one was, so they had the racing lane, which you did first, and they had the second one. It was so freaking cool. So the second one was like a walking one, except you kind of like run a little bit. Basically, it's like questions, you answer them, and you get to move forward. So I was on Ida's team. I thought for sure we would win. Because he's like, I know everything. I'm the best. I know everything there is to know. So join my team, and you have no choice but to win. I mean, he's like Miss Kangani. I mean, point blank. He's like, I'm the man. So I was like, okay, Ida. So I was on Ida team. We ended up switching teams. So Araka was on my team. Momo. I had Koda, Sato. Sato was on my team. Frappy was on the other team with Midoriya. Bakugo was on my team. Shoto was on their team. So I remember all the people that were like participating. So everything we did was on the Rainbow World. We didn't drive on it the whole time. We could have, but we did other activities on the Rainbow Road. So the whole thing was Rainbow Road. So afterwards I was pretty tired. I came back here. I settled in. Actually, as soon as I got back here, I started feeling a little bit woozy. I think from all the driving, like kind of like motion sickness, and I'm still actually not over it, guys. I don't know what happened. It's just this really dizzy, really like, how when you wear glasses for the first time or you look through a magnifying glass, you get that, and you do like this because it like affects your eyes and your head. That's what I'm feeling right now. So I'm gonna have fun. I'll probably do it again if we ever decide to do it again, but it was kind of like a time thing. We probably won't do it again for like, you probably just won't, like maybe next year or something, or maybe at the end of the year or something fun. So there was that. And then, and before I left, I had the kids, everybody sign up because they all had to show like who was actually attended the class and everything. So I can show that too. I need to remember his name because I still haven't found out his name yet. The one with the guns. I think he's pretty cool, but so he's the one in charge of, he's about the overseer of like the classroom. So I come to him for all of my needs, everything. So it's fine. And then he goes to Principal Nezu, but he finds out everything first. So our chain of command is perfect. So I think all the kids really loved that. They had fun. We had ice cream after. It was fine. So yeah, after I got back here, I was feeling all weird and, just out there. And I was like, I'm going to go back later and see Toshinori. So I waited and I went back. And I showed up at Toshinori's house, and me and Toshinori was having a day. He made his breakfast for me. We were getting ready to eat. And then we were just cuddling. We were having our little time together on the couch. He was kind of teasing me a little bit. I was teasing him, you know. You know how we do. We were like touching and stuff, you know. You guys know what that's like. And there was a knock on the door. So Toshinori was like, who could that be? So I was laying on him. I was laying on him like this. He had his arm like this way around me. And he kind of just slid his body like this from under me. So I sat up like this. And he opened the door, and I'm doing like this to see like who's at the door. And he's like, "Hi, is he's like, "Is Cotton Candy out here?" And I'm like, "Who is that?" And I'm doing like this, and I'm like, "It's freaking Madara, guys." Madara showed up at Toshinori's door. So I hop up as quick as I can, guys. I'm just like, I'm like, "How'd you get here?" You know, I'm playing. I'm like, "How'd you get here? You got here quick." He's like, "You know I can come here. Stop playing." And Toshinori was like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "This is Madara." He's like, "Madara." He's like, "I know I heard that name before." He's like, "I heard of your name." He's like, "Well, I can't think of where I heard it." I said, "We're like best friends. He's basically like my brother." And I did like this, that's him. He's like, "I wouldn't say brother." And he's trying to grab my hand. Madara's trying to grab my hand and hold my hand, but I'm like smacking his hand, like, "Stop it. You play too much," and laughing. And he's like, "Haha," but then he's like looking at me. And then Toshinori is like, "Oh," he's like, "She never talks about you, ever." I'm like, "Well, I must have mentioned him at some point, if you've heard his name before, obviously." And Toshinori's like, "Yeah." And I'm just standing there, I'm just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking die. Why is he at Toshinori's door?" I was like, me and Toshinori was getting ready to leave because, you know what, Madara, we had our agreement, we had our deal. You're not supposed to be coming here trying to interrupt my time. We had that deal. Okay, you're supposed to blackmail me outside of my hero, not while I'm there. So I'm like, me and Toshinori, I was like, "Oh, we're getting ready to leave just now. It's too bad you missed us." And then Toshinori is like, "Don't be rude, he just showed up." He's like, "We were getting ready to go to the cake shop." He's like, "You can go with us." So I'm walking alongside Toshinori. I put like my hand in his arm and did like this and kind of like lay my shoulder on him. And Madara reaches over and he tries to do like this, put his arm around me. I'm like, "Stop it." I'm like, "You're so needy." And then, so Toshinori goes, "What? He's needy?" I'm like, I'm like, he has he has like a sister complex. And he's like, "You don't." And he's like, she's just joking around. But like, get your hands off me, bro. Like, stop. I'm with Toshinori right now. You don't want to blow this for me, okay? Because he's trying to like ruin things. That's what he's doing. So we're walking along, and I'm like, well, I was like, "Why don't we go to like the cafe or something? We can sit in there and eat and chat or whatever, and me and him can kind of catch up." And Toshinori was like, "Well, I'll go get the cake. You guys stay out here and catch up with each other. It's fine." And then he leaves and he goes in there. So I'm like, so as soon as he goes in there, I'm like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "We have a deal." He's like, "I know, I just wanted to come see you. I couldn't wait." So I'm like, "Madara, he doesn't know that I'm with you." I said, "You know what? I've been thinking about this for a long time." And the thing is, Toshinori is in there. He's picking out the cake, whatever. So this is going to take a second, probably at least 10 minutes for him to get everything. Then they got to wrap it, and there's a line. So Toshinori is technically standing in line inside of the cake shop. And we saw, who did we see in there? What is her name? The lady the one that's referred to as like the mountain. I don't freaking remember her name. Not Midnight, but the one with the things on her head, like the horns. I don't know. I don't freaking know her name. Oh, whatever. Anyway, she was in there in the line. So Toshinori was in there talking to her. They're talking. So I'm out here talking to Madara, and I'm trying to keep my voice down. So I'm like, "Madara, I'm like, we had a deal. I'm like, come on." And he's like, "Oh, well, I can't come see you when I want." He's like, "I can freeze time if you want and then see you then, even though you're here." I was like, "Please don't freeze time for me because I'm like, please don't do that because that's going to mess me up the whole day. Like, literally, I'll be like frozen. Like, have you guys ever noticed, like, have you ever had missed time? Something where you don't know what happened within that time frame, you can't remember, or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Or there's times when you'll do things, you'll look at the clock, you'll say, "Okay, it's 12, it might still be 12:22, but you could have sworn it was already 12:22. Like those type of occurrences. But the deja vu thing is completely different from that. So I know that falls into the category. Anyway, going back. So I'm like, Madara, I'm like, you need to leave now. You can't be here. I'm like, just go. I'm here with Toshinori today. I will be with you later. And I get ready to walk on away from him, and he grabbed my wrist. And he's like, cotton candy now. And I'm like, look. I'm like, you can't do this. Stop. He's trying to grab my hand, and I'm doing like this. So then Toshinori is talking to her, and I see him looking out the window at us. And I'm just like, and he kind of like frowns a little bit. And I'm just like, so now he's going to make him suspicious. And I was like, you don't need to hold my hand. I said, you know what? I said, why don't we just be friends? I said, don't you want a friend? A friend is someone who will always be there beside you all the time. I would love to have a friend that's like a brother. There is nothing like it. There is nothing like being able to go next to your male friend and just lay your head on his chest. And there's nothing romantic about it. He's just somebody you can confide in, like a brother. Like a brother I never had, because I don't have brothers. I don't have that. I did have something like that. I haven't had that kind of relationship, but I've had something like that before. It's great. And it sucks when you don't have it, okay? Because, I mean, either people believe that, you know, if you have a friend and they're a girl, you need to be with them or whatever, like a girlfriend. And if you have a guy friend, then oh, he needs to be like your boyfriend. You can't actually be friends. But you can be friends where you can just hang out with each other, be around each other, and be fine. It's a great relationship. So I was telling him that. So Madara, he kind of like folds his arms. He's like this. He's like, friends. I'm like, yeah, friends. I said, don't you want a true friend? Someone who can really be there for you, like be beside you. Without, you know, and nothing can separate us then. Because if something goes wrong, if, you know, I said, what if I did decide to, you know, date you and something went wrong? He's like, you've been with him the whole time and the other guy. So I know for a fact. I'm like, well, I was like, you want me to be your friend because a friend. And he's like, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. And I was like, you don't want to be my friend. I'm like, so then you're my enemy then. Because if you can't be my friend, you're definitely going to be an enemy because I already have a boyfriend. I already have a lover. Or whatever. And he was like, it was so easy to get you a lover too. He's like, you don't want to try me. And I go, come on. I'm like, we're here together and you're ruining things. And I was like, you know, let's just be friends. I said, please. And he's like, no. He's like, okay, we can be friends. I was like, really? I was like, you mean it? We can really be friends? Like, seriously? He's like, yeah, with benefits. And I'm like, Madara, look. I'm like, do you know what a friend with benefit is? He said, of course. He's like, you can come over. He's like, or I can pick you up, and then, you know, you just tell me wherever you want to go. We can spend the whole morning together. I want to wake up, you know, beside you and all this stuff with you. I want you to be under me. And I'm just like, because I'm cold. Like, I'm trying to, like, I'm like, because I'm a teddy bear, because I'm cold. He goes, no, you know what I mean. And I'm just like, I said, okay, we cannot be those kind of friends. I said, he goes, why not? Why can't we be friends with benefits? Like, now he's mocking me, like, friends with benefits. I'm like, no. I said, do you know what friends with benefits? I said, friends with benefits, first off, they're not really ever friends. That's just the term people use because they're just a hookup partner. I don't need a hookup partner. Okay, I don't need one. So Madara's like, well, then I guess we can't be friends then, since since you don't want to take the time to get to know me, and you don't want to take the time to be beside me like always and be mine forever and all this stuff. And he's like trying to do this, and I'm like trying to snatch my hand away, and then I see Toshinori staring at us, and I'm just like, so then I look at him and I kind of smile, and Midoriya looks at him and starts glaring. So he's like, goodbye. Holy cow. What is that? Okay, so anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I heard a noise. So anyway, so he's like, all right, well, I'll just leave for now and I'll be back later. So he walks away. Toshinori comes back out. He's got the cake in his arm and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you got it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what kind did you pick? And he's like, your favorite strawberry cake. He's like, does your brother, friend, want to share it with us? And I said, sure. So then I'm like, well, I can't find him anymore. So I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, I can't find him anymore. I don't know where he is or whatever. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Just me freaking myself out. It was just rain. I don't know if you guys can see. Hold on. You guys see that? I have the attic right above me where I'm sleeping, so it's like they hear scratching, but it's not. It's actually rain. So got paranoid there for a minute, like a crazy, right? That sounded like I was insane. So anyway, Toshinori comes back out with the cake in his arm. He's like, "Your friend want to share with you?" I said, "Maybe." He's like, "Where'd he go?" I'm like, "I don't know where he went. He disappeared." I figured Madara just probably went to another freaking dimension because he can do that in a heartbeat. So we're walking down. They're walking down like this pathway. It's like trees and stuff around us. We're walking through there, and then we get to like the park area, and there's a bench there. And Madara's sitting on a bench, and he got his hands in his face in his hands like this. He's like this. So Toshinori goes over and start talking to him, and I walk over to the house, which is right there. And he's like, "You want to go put that inside? I'll go talk to your friend." So he goes over there. They're talking or whatever, and I don't know what the heck they're saying. And I'm looking at them. And Toshinori looks at me, and then he looks at him, and I'm just like, oh, please just go away, like. And then I heard him say, "I gotta go. Nice to meet you, man." And he shook his hand and stuff. So he left. Toshinori come back in the house. He's like, "What was that?" I'm like, "What was what?" He's like, "What was that?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like, "He got mad at me." And he's like, "Why?" I said, "Because he wants me to be like, I don't know, like a mom to him. Hold his hand and stuff. Like, you don't need me to hold your hand." And Toshinori was just like, "Why does he need to hold your hand? I want you to be like his mom." I thought she said, like, he had a sister complex. So now he's getting, like, suspicious. So I'm just like, okay, well. I was like, I don't know. He's a freaking weirdo. So I'm like, I bet you won't be able to find him. He's like, why? I said, because he can shift. He goes, oh, he can shift too. I'm like, yeah. His name's Madara. I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay. I'll keep that. He said, I'll remember him. I'm glad you let me meet him. I'm glad that, you told him where I lived because you wanted him to meet me. You could have at least warned me first before you had someone come over the house because he's not exactly clean, but I guess it's okay. He's your friend. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, I love you so much. So then I gave him a kiss. He kissed me back. And then he's like, so I didn't really feel right. after being visited like that, I did not feel right. So I told him, I was like, Toshinori, I said, I have to go. He said, okay, when will you be back? I said, I'll be back soon. I said, I'll probably come back and see Frodo, but I'll be back soon. He said, okay. So, oh, and then there's the Frodo update. So right now they're still working on something. They don't know what they're going to do yet with him. So he might remain, my Frodo might be a little Frodo forever. If they need to keep him, if they need to do that to keep him alive, hey, I don't care. Just keep him alive. Like, I guess I'm asking for too much. But guys, I am exhausted. I'm going to slow down on my traveling too much. But I also think I've been getting pulled a lot by Madara because we went to, even though I came back, I had no intention of shifting again. But I got pulled to, I guess, his world. In the street, it was basically like a hill. And so, like, we were walking along this hill. We were walking in the middle of the street, like, directly on the yellow lines. And he's like, so I'm holding hands with him. He's like, when do you think you're going to come here and just, like, be with me? And I was like, someday soon I'll be here. I said, I just don't know when. Like, I don't know when is a good time. I'm working on a lot of stuff. I got a lot going on in my life right now, And he's like, you have a lot of tension. I'm like, yeah, I do. I said, I'm just worried about everything. And he's like, well, you don't need to worry with me here. I can take care of you. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't worry when you're here either. Yeah, just tell him whatever he wants to hear. I don't care. I just want to be friends, bro. Like, that's all. And I don't want to be a friend with that. No, I don't need that. I don't need it. So anyway, that's what happened when I went back. I haven't talked to Hawks about it yet. I'm glad he did not run into him because I'm pretty sure Hawks would have like started fighting him probably because he knows what was going on. I told him a little bit. Hawks knows his name. I think he knows a little bit more than Toshinori only because I told him. I couldn't really keep everything a secret from him. He just kept asking it, diving in deeper, and trying to just pull everything out of me. And I'm just like, you can't freaking do that. Like, let me have my own. Everyone should have secrets. And I don't mean you should keep a secret from people. You shouldn't tell them anything. I mean, there's things I won't tell people, but they're my own. They're not meant for me to share. Everybody has that personal privacy that they should have. Something private about themselves that they don't want everyone to know. And even if you tell them a secret about yourself, you don't have to give up all your secrets. I'm just not going to do it. So that's why that's why Toshinori doesn't know everything. And that's why Hawks doesn't know everything either. He knows some stuff, but he just knows more because he kept prying. He just wouldn't stay out. Because the thing is, I think he's a little bit too possessive for me. Like, you don't need to know everything. You're going to get yourself killed. You're going to get yourself murked and possibly Toshinori, and I don't want that. So, trying to steer clear of that happening. I really am enjoying working with the kids at My Hero. I really love that. Who didn't I mention? Jiru? Jiru. She freaking knocked me off the bridge. She knocked me off Rainbow Bridge. She rode past me and like blasted this music. And freaking, I fell off the dang bridge. That wasn't fun. I was actually pretty scared. I thought for sure, like, oh, we're gonna. I mean, because there's nothing there. You just fall off. And we landed on, like, one further down. Luckily, we was able to, like, get away. But, like, yeah, she blasted me off that freaking bridge. So I'm just like. She was laughing later. She was like, good game. I mean, she didn't win, but it's like. Alright, so anyway, definitely, but yeah, Daryl, she's freaking savage for that. She's savage, hardcore. Okay, this video is not really that long. That's cool. Okay. So now let me tell you a little bit about Look It. Should I talk more about Rainbow Road? That's not all that happened. There's a lot that went on. So Cementos wasn't really happy with me because I guess he thought I was going to come back like the next day. He was like, Miss Cotton Candy, can I talk to you for a minute? And he pulled me to the side and he's like, the kids told me that you were going to come back this day and they pre-ordered all the food. Like Midoriya pre-ordered the wings and everything. He had everything ready. And Bakugo went and picked up everything. But the problem is, I thought it was going to take at least 2 days. Like I said, I didn't know the concept of time. So Cementos was like, it doesn't take me that long to build something. And I'm like, just to hold everything. The road, the freaking room. But he built it in like seconds. So he said we really only needed a day. So next time I have a construction plans up or something to do, just know that it's going to be done a lot sooner. Because they were pretty disappointed. The kids were like disappointed they couldn't have Rainbow Road like the day before or something. Or 2 days before. Which, how long did I wait? Yeah, I waited like 2 days. Because it's the thing. It's not really just because of the room. Like, I hope like no one's listening in on me. Like fag on me, we can like look. I haven't said a word to him since I got back there. I saw him, but I don't see nothing. Like, we don't speak to each other. Like, I legit don't like him. Because now I have Madara problem, and I have you there. And then he's talking about some come clean last time. He said that shit in front of Toshinori. I was about to freaking slap the shit out of him. Sorry. Let me not curse. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, he said that crap in front of Toshinori. Talking about some come clean. You need to come clean because I know what I saw. Mind your freaking business. At least I'll get to let you still see. You lucky Fred don't like you. I hope he bites your hand. I hope he bites your freaking hand off. I hope you accidentally stick your finger in his mouth and his mouth accidentally bite it. And then we're going to kick you out because you're going to be infected. But yeah, let me not say that. I don't want that to happen. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but stop freaking being in my business. Mind your dang business. So anyway, there's that. And then Yeah, Cementos was mad. He called himself having an attitude, whatever. He was so cute. I'm just like, whatever. But I was just like, all I did was apologize and say, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how much time it would take you. He said seconds. And I said, they also, the kids painted everything. He did do a good job. And what is his name? Oyama. He did all of the, he made everything look like stars. So it was like shining brightly as we were driving through. That was fun. So yeah, Rainbow Road was a lot of fun. I think Bakugo, wait, I didn't even see Bakugo drive. I know Midoriya was driving. I saw him. I don't know who Bakugo was with. He wasn't with the winning team, though. Araka didn't beat me either. Tokoyami beat me. Tokoyami, Hina beat me. I think Mineta was in the car with them. And who else was in there with them? I don't remember. But I just know that it wasn't. There was 4 people in it, and there was 4 people in each car, and it was like 5 cars. So, and I know Mr. Aizawa was in there too, driving one of them. Him and President Mike, and then they were the only teachers present besides Cementos and that other guy that's in charge of my class. But the guy that's in charge of my class, he wasn't actually participating in it. So it was just those 3 teachers, and then it was, yeah. But it was a lot of fun. The pizza was freaking amazing, guys. Like, I wish I could switch out the pizza from there and here at some places. Like, some places, they don't got it. They don't got it, guys. I don't know. So they love the pizza. It was fun riding with Araka. Yeah, I rode with her by myself. And she, like, made the car, like, float. So we could get a good look at Rainbow Road. It was exactly identical. And it was the Nintendo 64 version of Mario Kart. So that was a lot of fun. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost time for me to look it up. So guys, in the next 8 minutes, I'm gonna put the code down here for Look It so you guys can see it. And well, shoot, I don't think that's gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna do it at. I'll put Look It Up at. Instead of putting it up at. No, it'll be all day. There's gonna be an all day thing, so I'm thinking 7. Maybe I'll do 7:30 instead of 7, but yeah, I'm gonna do 7:30 because did I say 7 a.m. in my post? I have a post where I already posted it, okay, on my channel. Yes, I have 5 people thumbs up it, and I think I told them at 7. Tomorrow at like 7 in the morning. Yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to post it in the next like 5 minutes. I'll have it on my channel. Hopefully I can do that. Hopefully the video doesn't take too long, but I'm gonna put it up there anyway, so you guys can see. So that way you guys can play. But you don't need an account or nothing. All you gotta do is join the game. Go to Blookit.com. Blookit will pop up. Oh, Blookit. Or whatever. It's just a series of games. I think I actually have like 20 questions that I did. The other 15 or whatever I got from other people because I didn't have enough time to sit there and do all that. But it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give this video a like. Also, guys, tell me what you think. Like, tell me your opinion about this whole thing. What you think I should do about Madara. Like I said, I can't really just murk him out of existence because I feel like I'm not confident that I can 100% do that and have him not come back to me. So I just need to be careful. I need to really convince him to be friends, like just real friends, not anything extra. Okay, that's all I need. And he'll have someone he can spend time with all the time. You know? Or maybe I can find Candy. Like, I've been trying to look for her everywhere. I can't find her. I'm really convinced that she was probably a freaking clay figure, even though I know that crap's not true because she couldn't have given birth to Frodo if that was the case. So, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah. So you know what to do if you liked the video. If you hated it, you can thumbs down me if you want because my other video didn't have any sound. But I'm making sure this one does. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay. Bye.